Well, kinda messed that up. Yeah. Anyway, honey, wake up. Dane's playing disco. Alright. Noid.
So you had a talk with Andre, and now you want to discuss things with Noid. Good.
Skin shows through the holes in the Speed Freak's too large sweater. In front of him, an open toolbox full of carpentry, tools and parts.
It's good you talked to Andre first. Gave me time to get a reading on your sign. Can't really talk to people before you get a reading.
Sign.
Yeah, gotta compare. See if we can align.
Interesting.
I suck at socialising, man. Even now, our sign synchronisation is way off. But I'll see what I can do.
Alright. Why are you called Noid?
The hardcore aesthetic is esoteric. It's not meant to be discussed with the law at this moment.
Yeah.
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some adjustment.
Does this mean we need sign matching? I don't understand what that...
Yes. Further sign matching would do good for us. One way to achieve this will be by getting us into the church.
I see. Tell me about the machines you saw in the church.
Weird stuff. Specialised. There was a data processor and some sort of long-wave machinery. Wires going into water. Gives off a spy sign. Or some fucked up MAAAAAN science sign. You know, the kind that goes head first into the supernatural.
The supernatural.
Most of it doesn't exist, but there's also stuff that isn't allowed to exist, because the moralists think it's too dangerous for the plebs.
The plebs.
Psionic powers, pale-related diseases, pretenders pretending to be human, folk rights, that kind of stuff.
You're the pretenders. Maybe I'll come back later. Take care, guys. Hello, Kim. I missed you. I think it's time. I think it's time we went into the church. Keep your gun ready, Kim. You never know. Well, hold up. Just want to check all the sides of the church. We shouldn't wander too far off here. Okay, we'll come back here. My bad. Go on, Kim. You want to go first? By all means. Alright.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Inspect.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself. Two large beams shoot downwards, sinking into the wood before they reach the threshold.
Run your hand over the beam.
The surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch. The carving
If you
on
look
the
at
door, the doors remain unchanged, closed with a padlock.
Yeah.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
Normally, you'd probably go here first and then go to the tent.
You see a yellow circle with 2 X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
Have you seen this symbol before?
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
Oh, what does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
And so it was. What is suggestive of?
For Revachol ZOC, the moral intern defined junior delinquents as minors between the ages of 10 and 16 who have committed an act in violation of the law.
They might be a little older than that.
These acts aren't called crimes as they would be for adults. Crimes committed by minors are called delinquent acts. This was part of your officer's exams.
Of course.
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
I agree, it's very modern, but does the cheery guy not know he's dead? Or does the dead guy not care that he is? What's the source of the irony here?
That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
It's fair enough. I guess I'll try to peel off the sticker.
There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Put the sticker in your ledger. Put the sticker on your ledger. We're not gonna throw it away. In or on. We could put it right on the cover. Yeah.
Voila. Looks very modern.
Cool.
You're part of the future brigade now, and so is your formerly humdrum ledger. Neon, baby.
Yeah, it's neon, baby.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Let's go. Just to warn you, Kim, there could be like demons or spirits in here or something. Who knows? Like a crap man on the roof or something. I don't know.
A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Wow. A strange stillness fills you as you look ahead. You should walk here, not run. This grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. This figure was added later. It's not part of the original church. More of the forked lightning pattern you saw outside. Bark beetles? No, it looks intentional. Some long forgotten style. Yeah, probably. The blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Prayer book has been left open.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent. And then it's gone. Almost all of it, but for the faintest of hums. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Can I do both? I want to hear you yell. But I would stomp my feet and clap my hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more
I wish
total,
you did it.
somehow.
Oh well.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing. It's beginning to worry me. Not really, but it's extraordinary. I've never experienced anything like this.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is. Maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Maybe they wanted to discourage singing and dancing. Hey, what if it's something paranatural?
Please, detective, not this again.
Sorry.
He's trying to act dismissive, but at this particular moment, he's more open than usual to the idea of paranatural phenomena.
Can we...
The lieutenant,
Can you hear anything? I wonder why.
his detached tone, maybe the church was designed this way to prevent boisterous activity, singing and dancing on its premises.
Whatever it is, it's definitely real. Something odd is happening around us.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you.
I'm sorry. Look up at the bell tower.
The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Let's try to see beyond the shadows. We got A3, surely. Don't be no crap, man.
It's like there's something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
On the ceiling?
Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
Follow the movement.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go?
Blink. What?
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes.
Well, I'll be damned.
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
That's a noise. I guess we can look at everything else later.
The shadow is a man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently. The crab man.
Yeah, the crap man. It's quite the reaction speed there, yeah. Yep. Hey, who's there?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry. Everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Not exactly what I expected. The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
Were you scared?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about, the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
Hell yeah, we've been staying chill. Yeah, I guess I have a bit of a problem. And it's been getting out of hand lately, but I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about police things. I don't know anything. Oh, hell no, just run away. I do have a bit of a problem.
Está crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Great, more patronizing, so original. Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering. I'm actually here on behalf of some young people. Well, let's start. I'm in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
I've not been drinking for like 3 days, man. I'm good. But yeah. Adjust your tie. What do you think you are? Some crazy guy under the roof? What is this shit? You know, alcohol is central to my identity. That's all well and good, but we need to talk about the unlicensed occupation of eclectic property. No, I think you might have a point.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes.
Is that so?
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
You must be the crab man.
Never known myself to be a crab. But if that's the name you got for me, I won't stop you from using it.
To be fair, it's really more like a spider. If you're not a crab, what are you?
I always thought of myself more like a flame, flickering along the rafters and beams. It may be that I gotta work on my technique.
What were you before you became a crab man?
I was in a gangway, but my memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
Shake your head, so many people losing their memory. I lost my memory too. I lost my memory too, but I like it. I think it haunts me.
No, man. You gotta let that shit go. Then the mother's light touch will fill you with rapture.
Do you remember your name, sir?
The lieutenant is not particularly interested in this information. He's just trying to assert some control over the conversation.
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also, so to speak, your place amongst your fellows, your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
My name is Harry, extend your hand. My name is Harriet Dubois. and my place in the world is Lieutenant W. Forever. I'm Harry.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration. I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Who's this mother of silence you keep talking about? What will happen? Well, mother.
Oh, that's no simple question, I said. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What will happen once you drink from this perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
You sure you didn't just switch one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Faith is a kind of drug.
I heard that before, Way, and I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
3 days.
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
I was being insensitive. I'm sorry. Let's move on.
No worries, man. I know this shit takes time.
Still don't understand what you're doing in this church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Can you sing for me?
I ain't from no Marietti, if that's what you're thinking. And the song I sing is silent as the mother.
How'd you find this place?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
Oh, you've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Is that great? Do you know where the other spooker is?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
Wait, so there is another person living in the church? And it's a viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Oh boy. And you don't know where she is?
That's what I said, Holmes.
How can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, what she does, who is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Got it. Some ravers want to turn this place into a nightclub.
the ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Guessing they're the ones who call me a crab. Probably scared of me.
Do they have a reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore. Anyway.
So, what do you think about the nightclub?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
I did not expect you to want to do this. I was like, I guess no nightclub. Well then, cool. Thanks, I guess. Did we do some? Did we learn some? What's up? I guess I'll get into that later. Frost has drawn flowers on the glass, obscuring the view. I figured John and Frost on the window depicting a deer. A cracked pane of glass, colorful. Oh, no running, no running. He might get angry and swoop down and destroy you. Instead of the horrific necktie. Oh no. But I do like the bow tie though. What? Is it orange for a reason? Damn. Just because it was new, I guess. Does it do anything? No. You just never know. Maybe we can run. Spider has spun its web around this wood-carved pillar. I see shoes. They give you empathy instead of perception. Do we really need more empathy? We have a lot. And someone else's shoes. I think we'll stick with these for now. It makes more sense to wear boots in these areas. I thought I was... Oh, I see. I thought I was up. But... the stairs are here and I can't go up. The bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. Weird. Two decks of reel-to-reel tapes are spinning on empty. Food review. A portable Harman Wow She tape recorder. Is it possible it's recording something? Yeah. Someone's siphoning electrical current from outside into this antenna.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
Sure.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Sure, but this machine looks just like the one in doomed commercial area. Wait, let me just investigate it.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
Yeah?
A quaint little box of radio waves.
I'm gonna step behind it.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
Look inside.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
Play.
The speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. An old lady greets you. Her voice sounds 100 years old.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brun. This is the ThatInsaneDane repeater station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Hey, Yvonne, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
I looked inside the core, but the tape on the filament just says log.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Yeah, I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today? I have 2 machines registered to this company name in Martinez. One on Saint-Brun, the other on Rue de Saint-Ghislaine.
Saint-Brun. That's the church. And Rue de Saint-Ghislaine? That's the doomed commercial area.
Anything else I can help you with?
No.
Goodbye, votre accident.
Bye.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated, revealing
Print.
nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Should I? I mean, if anything, I'll do it for the guy, the crab man who's watching. You know, he might respect that.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Close your eyes first.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside.
Has this been a thing always? Huh. Anyway.
The ocean feels distant, its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips, and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse?
Don't know.
She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
Compassion?
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
How did I know this is the mother of humanism? Reconstruct the cracked glass. Yeah, right. This is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Delorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records. It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Revachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Okie dokie. What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism?
He's just a respectful man.
A pang of guilt. The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
Not sure.
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
Guess I could have been here.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
If I was here, I should find out what I was doing.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten.
Yeah.
It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
Stroke your chin first. I didn't think you were spiritual. She looks like a lever.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
I didn't think you were spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Well, might as well try.
Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
What exactly is an innocence?
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit.
A ruler?
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocentic rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office now?
No, we are alone.
When did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi. She is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world.
What else do I know?
Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene La Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed?
Yes! Big bummer! Boring history! Gonna keep it light, man! Keep it moving! Get fucked up instead!
Where is this coming from?
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away.
Fuck this pain, Bratan! It's unhealthy!
No, you must know.
What else? Was she smart?
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state, a scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels. Even before she was declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous.
How come?
It was on her advice that Irene La Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
More.
As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even faraway Supramawindi, altogether 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time, immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning. In a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
Must have been beautiful.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen. One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later, a young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else. Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves, the man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Crazy. Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
No, there was something bad about her I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her Theriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacific, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
I was literally just looking at you thinking time is passing and you're just standing there looking at me, and yeah, you are.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
Glowing lungs, that's fucked up. She's somehow connected to the case. Nothing, just looking around. She's beautiful. She's not human. War criminal. She's beautiful. She's not human.
Okay. This church, the coast in general, we shouldn't linger here. This isn't a good place to get lost in. We should conclude our business and move on.
Well, I might as well try.
A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you, a ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one, and a text, a light motif below them both.
I should not stop playing today, because I just keep rolling good. Surely my luck that must have been the last of it.
Unknown. Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned, or just hooligans looking for something to break.
Who's this older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
The motto, what does it say?
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré. Après le gré, le monde de nouveau.
Lieutenant, this used to say after life, death. After...
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why?
It was deemed subservient to use a strongly moral intern-related motto. We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing.
Wow. What's the RCM motto now? Motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
I like this. Puts the fear of God back in. Yeah, whatever. Oh, damn. I like the other one better, I think. Sure.
So do I.
Nice. Step back.
The mother of humanism towers above you, a wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression.
Good talk, Kim, good talk. Oi.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
I like coffee. Have you by any chance heard the say the password to her radio computer?
Too many times, Esse. You need it for something.
Just tell me what's the password. Yes, it's for the first-degree murder investigation in Martinez. Honestly, I just want to break into the...
The lieutenant raises his eyebrow, but doesn't say anything.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity la niñita pequeña when I hear it.
Yes.
I think we're done here, S.A.
Oh,
That
bye.
was an interesting conversation.
He stayed to tell me the password and left.
However, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
Well, you better find out. Where's this coffee? Oh, there's a bottle, man. They didn't even like show up.
The machine's keyboard is the speaker.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brun.
I think I know the password.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Is it my birthday? No. Afterlife death.
Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Nope. Thank you.
Goodbye, votre accident.
The machine's keyboard is still illuminated.
Print.
The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read it.
The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Do you think this log might be connected to the case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving. 7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking Esca series, something advanced.
Why would she need an antenna?
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
Good point. Fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna. Had some problems setting it up. Called Simon for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers. But at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Data loss artist programmers Lexi? Who are all these people?
I think these people worked in the radio computer games business. The one we saw in the Doom commercial area. They must be our former co-workers.
Data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
The silence.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
But what could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again.
Doop 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 doop. Yeah, I heard it.
Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
Must be describing SL.
The girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
Yeah, that was me. That was us. I was the one who broke into that radio computer. And the storekeeper must be Plaisance.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with that machine.
Why not? 10th entry?
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Oh, wouldn't this be a cool place to end the video? But I can't save here, so I won't. Well, no.
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
Yes.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're here on a side case representing a certain... We're not just breaking in, I'm pursuing a mysterious lead. I don't like either, really. Maybe this is more fun.
You won't find any answers from here. It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Sure. When would that be? It's not a mission? Something new? Bottle? We can give to that one guy? Sure. How long? A little over an hour? Alright. What's up?
What is it?
I didn't break anything, did I?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Alright. Hey, are you the lead programmer of WOOOORLD by any chance?
Yes. Or no. Not anymore. That project is dead.
Sorry.
She doesn't seem surprised to be recognized. Rather sad. Something passes over her face before she straightens her back.
Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer
Finish.
of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages.
Yes, very good. I come from Finland.
If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Well, why are there so many machines in this place?
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
I will not touch it, but why you need an antenna?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
What?
RAIN prefect, my radio computer.
And that antenna is its processing unit?
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
I don't really know much about anything in this world, to be honest. I know a little.
Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
And the R1?
I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling me this. It calmed her nerves.
Well, what are you doing with your radio computer?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core. The light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping.
The bowls of water, I at least want to know that.
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay? Thanks.
Alright.
Great.
Why the abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
You're occupying a public space. I need to know what you're doing here. There've been complaints from your neighbors.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out.
Go on.
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to the data loss in your journal? A hole in the world. What does that mean exactly?
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
Uh-huh.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
Sure. Hold on a moment. Does it mean we're now living in a world that has holes in it? I can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measured. I don't know. I'm not here for some science. We live in a world that has holes?
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out? You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, in everyday parlance.
Does it have anything to do with ghosts?
Ghosts? No, I don't think so. I don't believe in ghosts.
Other supernatural entities?
I don't believe in them either.
What not many know is necroplasma exists. It's probably wise not believing in them.
Great. What are we talking about? And why?
The hole connected to the data loss?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
Do you have any idea where this hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Only a faint crisscross of rafters can be made out from the dark, most of the tower disappearing into the shade. Strange things may flourish in the dark.
Why there?
There's this place at the back of the church, a place where all audible vibrations seem to decease. I've named it the Swallow, and the higher you go, the less you record.
The Pillar of Silence? Are you sure it's not just an architectural quirk?
Maybe, but it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the Crabman lives.
I know.
You don't think Crabman might be somehow responsible here?
No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line of questioning, her hands typing hundreds of commands into the machine.
You said that the research isn't going well, why not?
Because it's just trial and error, trying to locate the Swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
That's all I wanted to know about the scary 2mm hole in the world for now.
Great. Thanks.
Anyway, about the 2mm... have you seen the Crabman?
Nope.
But you know he's around?
Yes.
He's seen you.
And?
He's a big deal then.
No, you're right. I'm not.
How do you feel about hypnotic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Have you even listened to it?
Yeah. Like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they?
No.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right, but how do you feel about a club for hypnotic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
No, I know, it's the drugs.
Take a guess, why don't you?
A youth center, a petting zoo, maybe some community space hub. I'm still convinced they want to establish a nightclub for hypnotic dance music. They said it's their dream. Maybe a petting zoo?
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
I already know what they want.
Yes, what is it? The swallow, you mean? What about it?
Nothing, I guess.
Great. Thanks.
Well, I already know they want to do the druggy. We're gonna have to do it back and forth. I'm scared of the tie. But I think it's been about an hour and 20 minutes, so probably a fine place. We can level up something. Could be our encyclopedia, which is horrible. But then this always just seems more interesting. Maybe we'll decide this next time. In the next episode of Dane Plays Disco Elysium. Or in the comments you could tell me which one you think. Maybe not, maybe not the whole communism thing. Actual art degree. Did I need one of these for something? It's been brought to your attention that you're an alcoholic, and that it's a sickness, and it's killing you. Yeah. Perhaps they're right. Anything is better than this. Even bone dry reality itself. Maybe you can quit. Alright. We're doing that. I'm not even... Yep. Do we go higher, or is this the limit? I don't know. 20 hours. Yeah, it does take time to quit alcohol, doesn't it? Alright, this is good. This is what we want. Making progress. At least. If not in the case, we're making progress with Harry. I might care about that more than I do the case. So this is fine. Alright. Thanks for watching Disco Elysium part 19 or 20 or whatever. I guess there's 50 more episodes to come. Because we just keep meeting new people. Short game, but we just keep meeting new people. I'm doing hour after hour after hour, and we're not doing anything. We're just getting more and more to solve. Yeah. But I do have this feeling that it'll all come crashing down at some point, and just everything will be solved within short amounts of time. Intriguing game. I just wish I was smarter. But that's about it. That's my own voice in my head saying, you're stupid, you don't understand that thing. Irish voice or something, I don't know. Anyway, take care. Good night. Yeah, okay.